Hi everyone, turn 36. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Thaumaturgy 3, Arcane Probing, found nothing, which is okay. Dark Knowledge, found a crypt in the sand, so this lets you free spawn Dustwalkers, which I think would be a good move for, excuse me, for Greenskins South to do. In any case, Trade Wind, so now my cap is up to a little over 400 income, which is nice. Dark Knowledge. Oh yeah, we already went over that. Blood Slaves. And we've got a bunch of Displacer Beasts. So this turn, this fort is going to be recruiting Fortissimus Tenebris, which has Stealthy. And the goal will be for the Displacer Beasts to be a secret weapon to come along with the army. We'll see how well it works, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Alright, here we have Muscleheim versus Ogre Kingdoms. Ogre Kingdoms has just a bunch of PD, and Muscleheim has this array of cannons of sorts. 14 armor-piercing damage. It's certainly an interesting cannon. And then these giant badasses that have these fire swords. And then these giant badasses, they're like Abyssia burning ones on crack. This Fergalati, which this is a damn good unit. Like, can be straight up super combatant with no problems. And then back here, this Seether. So Muspelheim has this one. We just want to see like what they do. So Blood of the Nidhogg grants Moss Body, I think, or interesting. The cannons start firing. Boom, boom, boom. Oops, sorry about that. I don't even know what this guy is targeting, but he is sure mad about it. He's got his Bless, attack, fire resistance, blood surge, and animal awe. The fire resistance and animal awe, I believe, are from the from thrones that they've picked up. But in any case, that is the end of that. I think that was just PD. Oh no, there were some actual troops, although these are the chaffiest of chaff. My partner raided Chassos. Chassos attacked my partner. A scout from Sargassia. Sargassia is kind of pissing me off. They're trying to vulture Chassos' capital, which we're not going to stand for that. We reached out to the Sharks and we're like, hey, could y'all help us deal with Sargassia if they decide to start being bitches? And the Sharks were like, yeah, of course. Which, I mean, they could be misleading me, but we've had a pretty profitable alliance so far, and they have nothing to gain from allying with Sargassia. So that is Sargassia trying to do this. We can go ahead and take a peek at what Sargassia is about. If I can recognize their flag. They're a solo player. They have these Thaumalges. So they all have 4 recruitment points, 3 slots, and 3 of 1 magic. I guess these guys have 3 fire, 1 astral. But it's like this algae thing. They're pretty weak units there. A lot of this is aquatic only, although the thaumalges are amphibious. And their units. So this thing that looks like a foul spawn and acts like a foul spawn. Basically indie troops over there. This kind of scorpion thing. This guy with a big poisonous armor-piercing attack, but very low protection. And then these guys. These are their actual like powerful troops. So this guy, he has a considerable amount of reinvigoration and encumbered 0, which is interesting. He punches with stone fists. He's pretty damn tough. And then these algoids, which we'll see again in a bit, they have this armor-piercing strangulation attack. And the same for the Viridian algoid, which is sacred. Again, armor-piercing strangulation attack. Underwater regeneration of 2%, so it's just 1 hit point per turn. So there's a chance that we're up against them, like, permanently. They moved in on High Mill with this crew, and then my thug went in. Again, I didn't know that they'd actually be doing this. So I used my normal thug script. These algae guys, they do have morale, but armor-piercing attacks like that are pretty nasty to deal with. And eventually one of them gets through. Yeah, we can go ahead. So, like, Awe was helping sometimes. But eventually, yeah, it just got punched by a algoid, which was bound to happen eventually. So killed like 2 of them. And then my partner came in, and you're spoiled to the outcome, but he was not expecting to see a bunch of algae there. He's got this Tetrachar with all these goodies. Holy Brand, Acid Helmet, Horned Helmet, so he's got all these attacks. Astral Shield, Mind Shield. He does not, however, have our Bless because he is outside of Dominion. See, yeah, he cast Iron Skin. So he goes in and he just starts chopping the fuck out of these people with his many arms and one of his heads. And he's shooting acid. He's taking some nasty hits, but these guys are getting paralyzed. Their magic resistance is low. Unfortunately, he does not have a Vine Shield. A Vine Shield would probably actually have won him this fight. These guys have decent strength to break free from vines, but it's more effective crowd control than the paralyzation. Shimmering Lights might also have worked. But in any case, he tears through a lot of them. Also, we can see their Bless. Morale, Magic Resistance, Dark Vision larger, and then some combat effects. So mainly a Mage Bless. But he's taking a decent amount of damage. He is berserked. One of them just hit him for 18. And yeah, if he had regen, then this would have been a very different story. But as it stands, they finally kill him at basically the very end. Killed almost all of the sacred algoids and about 2/3 of these guys, and these guys are just along for the ride. So that happened. And then finally, we can watch the Demise of Caleb. Spoilers. Caleb has a bunch of birds. They have their golden idol, icon of beef. They've got a bunch of mages in the back. Storm goes up. Lightning comes down. Unfortunately, these Storm-forged sacreds have shock resistance 25. So lightning just doesn't bother them. Like, Thunderstrike might be able to hit them for on average about 10, but it's not nearly enough. Like, Caleb needed some other sort of tactic. Maybe banishment, because these are undead. Cold wouldn't have worked either. So, like, Frozen Heart wouldn't have worked. They could have summoned air elementals to trample them, maybe. But also Caleb was running out of resources. This guy is just shooting Blade Wind, which is completely ineffective. Maws the Earth might have done something. But in any case, these guys just obliterate the Kalian army. And eventually Icon of Beef itself. Losses from Asgard were just 11 of their bad sacreds and 12 of their good sacreds, which is pretty much nothing. Alright, events, lightning, mascot level up, treasure, more treasure, and an arena battle, and then I lost a scout, finished a citadel, so now I'm going and giving that back to Greenskins. And just heading up north to regroup over here. Although, let's actually bring these guys south rather than north. This guy's just going to continue going through here and site searching. And yeah. Research, finishing up Thom 4. That gives me this national spell. Paralyze is very nice. I'm not going to complain about off-script paralyzes at all. And then some site searching stuff. Then we'll be going to Conjuration for Elementals, and Elementals should be decently effective versus Chassos, although we will see. Still have to actually take on their big army, but the fact that they kind of pussied out here is encouraging. Like, we are definitely winning this war. It's just a question of how long it takes and how many casualties we suffer, and whether we can successfully claim Chassos itself. Ogre Kingdoms is not long for this world. They really need to forge a strategic alliance with Marcained and Ind, but in, like, Valanthos, the third member of that team, is just getting decimated by Macedon and Sargassia. Not Sargassia, Sasan Raha. So, yeah, fat chance of that happening. And that is what it is. So, I think that pretty much covers it. Thanks as always, and I'll see you on turn 37.